Welcome to HG Coins History. Have you ever wondered if a simple Washington quarter hiding in your pocket could be worth a small fortune? What if the next quarter you find is not worth just 25 cents, but hundreds, thousands, or even an unbelievable amount of money? Subscribe, like, share, comment. Thanks with love for watching HG Coins History. Coin 1. Have you ever wondered if a simple quarter sitting in your pocket right now could be worth far more than 25 cents? What if one ordinary-looking coin could be hiding a fascinating story, a surprising rarity, and a value that collectors dream about finding? Today, we are exploring one of the most interesting modern American coins, the 1970 Washington quarter dollar. Before you spend another quarter, make sure you watch this video until the end, because some examples of this coin have captured the attention of collectors across the United States and have sold for impressive amounts when found in extraordinary condition. The 1970 Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when millions of quarters were being produced for everyday circulation. Most people used these coins without giving them a second thought. They passed from hand to hand, from cash registers to vending machines, and from wallets to piggy banks. But collectors see something different. Collectors know that among millions of ordinary coins, there are always a few special examples. Some survive in remarkable condition. Some display unusual minting errors. Others possess striking characteristics that make them stand out from the rest. The Washington Quarter series has long been one of the most popular coin series in American numismatic history. Featuring the portrait of George Washington on the front and the majestic eagle on the reverse, the design became instantly recognizable to generations of Americans. When the Denver Mint struck the 1970 quarter, nobody could have predicted that decades later collectors would carefully study these coins under magnification, searching for rare varieties, exceptional strikes, and valuable errors. One of the most important factors affecting value is condition. Think about how many quarters are handled every day. They are dropped, scratched, stacked, and exchanged countless times. After years of circulation, most coins lose much of their original detail and luster. That is why collectors become excited when they discover a 1970 quarter that appears almost untouched. Imagine opening an old coin album and finding a brilliant quarter that still shines as if it had just left the mint. The surfaces glow with original mint luster. The details remain sharp and crisp. The coin looks dramatically different from the worn examples commonly found in circulation. Those are the kinds of coins that attract serious attention. But condition is only part of the story. Many collectors spend years searching for mint errors. Mint errors are accidental mistakes that occur during the coin production process. These mistakes create unusual coins that are often much scarcer than normal examples. Among the errors collectors watch for are off-center strikes. These occur when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during striking. The result can be a dramatic appearance where part of the design is missing and the remaining image is shifted toward one side. Another exciting possibility is a clipped planchet. Before a coin is struck, a blank metal disc is cut from a large sheet of metal. Occasionally, an error occurs during this process, leaving part of the blank missing. When struck, the finished coin displays a distinctive clipped section. Collectors also search for die cracks and die chips. Over time, the dies used to strike coins begin to wear. Small breaks can develop, creating unusual raised lines or shapes on the finished coin. Every error tells a story. Every unusual mark reveals a moment inside the mint when something unexpected happened. That mystery is one reason why coin collecting remains so exciting. The 1970 quarter also attracts attention because of strike quality. Not every coin is struck with the same level of detail. Some examples display stronger details in Washington's hair, sharper lettering, and more defined features on the eagle. A strong strike combined with outstanding preservation can make a coin especially desirable. Professional grading services carefully evaluate these qualities. They examine surface preservation, luster, strike strength, and overall eye appeal. The resulting grade can significantly affect value. Even a small difference in grade may separate a common collectible from a highly sought-after rarity. Collectors around the world compete for the finest certified examples. Population reports show that while millions of 1970D quarters were produced, very few survive in elite condition. As a result, top-quality specimens often generate strong interest whenever they appear at auction. This is where the excitement truly builds. Imagine discovering a quarter that most people would overlook. Imagine learning that the coin survived for more than 5 decades while maintaining remarkable quality. Imagine having a coin that advanced collectors actively seek for their collections. That possibility inspires thousands of people to search through rolls of coins every year. Some collectors inspect bank rolls. Others search estate collections. Many examine jars of old change inherited from family members. And every search carries the possibility of finding something special. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures can still be discovered. You do not need to own a famous collection. You do not need to be a professional dealer. Sometimes all it takes is knowledge, patience, and careful observation. The next time you come across a 1970D Washington quarter, take a closer look. Examine the surfaces. Check the details. Look for unusual characteristics. Search for signs of exceptional preservation. Because what appears ordinary at first glance may actually be a coin worthy of collector attention. Now let us talk about value. Most circulated 1970D Washington quarters are generally worth face value, or only a small premium. Attractive uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars. High-grade certified examples may reach tens, or even hundreds of dollars depending on quality. Exceptional gem quality specimens can achieve values measured in thousands of dollars. The finest auction record examples have sold for more than $5,000. That is an incredible result for a coin that originally entered circulation as a simple quarter. And that is exactly why collectors continue searching. Every coin has a story. Every coin has a journey. And sometimes, a single quarter can become a remarkable treasure. Coin 2. Have you ever wondered if a simple quarter hiding in your pocket, coin jar, or old collection could be worth far more than its face value? What if one ordinary-looking coin from 1982 could capture the attention of serious collectors across America, and even sell for impressive amounts of money? Today, we are uncovering the fascinating story of the rare and collectible 1982D Washington quarter, a coin that many people have spent without a second thought. Stay with us until the end of this video, because the value of this coin may surprise you. We will explore its history, its rarity, the errors collectors search for, and why some examples are worth dramatically more than others. The story begins in 1982, a year that was unlike many others in modern United States coinage. During this period, the United States Mint was dealing with rising production costs and changing economic conditions. Millions of Washington quarters were struck for circulation, including those produced at the Denver Mint with the D Mint mark. At first glance, the 1982D Washington quarter looks like any other quarter. It features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front and the majestic eagle design on the reverse. Most people see it as just another coin. But collectors know that hidden within ordinary coins can be extraordinary value. One of the biggest reasons this coin attracts attention is the fact that 1982 was a unique year for collectors. Unlike many other years, official uncirculated mint sets were not issued in the usual way. This meant that obtaining high-quality examples became much more difficult. Many coins entered circulation immediately, where they experienced wear from daily use. Because of this, truly pristine examples became much harder to find. Coins with original mint luster, strong strikes, and minimal marks gained importance among collectors. Decades later, finding one in exceptional condition is still a challenge. Imagine a coin leaving the Denver Mint more than 40 years ago. Freshly struck, shining brightly, and carrying every detail with sharp precision. Most of those coins eventually passed through countless hands, cash registers, vending machines, and bank vaults. Over time, their surfaces became worn. Their luster faded. Their details softened. But a small number survived in remarkable condition. These survivors are what collectors dream about finding. When examining a 1982 D quarter, collectors first look at the overall strike quality. A well-struck coin displays stronger details in Washington's hair, facial features, and lettering. The eagle on the reverse should also show crisp feather detail and strong definition. Coins with weak strikes are common. Coins with exceptional strikes are far more desirable. Next comes luster. Original mint luster creates a beautiful cartwheel effect when the coin is tilted under light. This bright shine is one of the first characteristics lost through circulation. The more luster a coin retains, the more attractive it becomes to collectors. Another important factor is surface preservation. Even tiny scratches, contact marks, and abrasions can affect a coin's grade. Collectors spend years learning how to evaluate these details, because a small difference in grade can mean a huge difference in value. Now let's discuss something that makes this coin even more exciting. Mint errors. Mint errors are among the most fascinating areas of coin collecting. They occur when something unexpected happens during the production process. Instead of creating a perfect coin, the mint accidentally produces a unique collectible. One error collectors search for is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not positioned correctly during striking. Part of the design may be missing, while a blank area remains visible. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these coins can become highly collectible. Another fascinating error is the clipped planchet. A clipped planchet occurs when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking. The finished coin appears to have a curved section missing from its edge. These unusual coins immediately stand out and often attract strong collector interest. Collectors also look for doubled die varieties. This type of error can create the appearance of doubled letters, numbers, or design elements. Under magnification, the doubling may become visible on inscriptions or other details. Genuine double die coins are especially popular because they represent a specific variety created during the die manufacturing process. Then, there are die cracks. Coin dies experience enormous pressure every day. Over time, small cracks can develop. These cracks transfer onto coins as raised lines. Some are minor, while others become dramatic features that collectors actively seek. Large die cracks can make a coin look completely different from ordinary examples. Another interesting error is the cud. A cud occurs when part of the die breaks away. This missing section causes raised metal to appear on the struck coin. Depending on size and location, cud errors can be quite valuable. Collectors also search for die chips, filled mint marks, and other unusual production varieties. What makes error collecting exciting is that every discovery feels like uncovering a secret hidden within the minting process. Imagine searching through a roll of quarters and suddenly finding a coin that looks different from all the others. That moment of discovery is what keeps collectors searching year after year. Many collectors spend hours examining rolls from banks. Others search old family collections, inherited coin jars, and forgotten boxes in storage rooms. Every quarter represents a possibility. Most coins reveal nothing unusual. But occasionally, one special coin changes everything. The 1982 D quarter has become a favorite among collectors because it combines history, challenge, and potential value. Condition remains the biggest factor affecting price. An average circulated example is usually worth only face value. A bright uncirculated coin may be worth several dollars. A gem quality example certified by a professional grading service can be worth significantly more. The finest known examples become the stars of major collections and competitive registry sets. Collectors are willing to pay strong premiums for coins that rank among the very best preserved examples known. That is why some 1982 D quarters have achieved impressive auction results. The difference between a common example and an elite high-grade specimen can be extraordinary. This is one reason experienced collectors never ignore modern coins. Many people assume valuable coins must be ancient or made of silver. The truth is that rarity can exist in modern coinage as well. Sometimes the rarest coins are hiding in plain sight. The next time you receive change, take a closer look. Examine the date. Check the mint mark. Look for unusual features. Inspect the strike quality. Search for errors. You never know what you might find. The world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and the 1982 D Washington quarter is proof that an ordinary-looking coin can have an extraordinary story. Now for the value information. Circulated examples are generally worth face value. Nice uncirculated examples can be worth several dollars. High-grade certified examples can sell for tens to hundreds of dollars. Exceptional gem quality examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. The finest certified examples have achieved auction prices exceeding $1,000. Rare major error examples can bring hundreds or even several $1,000s depending on rarity, condition, and collector demand. Coin 3. Have you ever looked at a simple quarter in your pocket and wondered if it could be worth far more than 25 cents? What if one ordinary-looking coin could turn out to be a hidden treasure that collectors across the United States would love to own? Today, we are uncovering the fascinating story of the 1986 P. Washington quarter, a coin that many people overlook but that can become surprisingly valuable under the right circumstances. So before you spend any old quarter, make sure you stay with us until the end of this video. The information you are about to hear could completely change the way you look at your spare change forever. The 1986 P. Washington quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The small letter P found on the coin represents Philadelphia, one of the most historic mints in American coinage history. Millions of these quarters were struck for circulation, and because they were so common, most people never imagined that some examples would become highly desirable among collectors. But in the world of coin collecting, appearances can be deceiving. A coin does not become valuable only because it is old. A coin can become valuable because it is rare in a specific condition, because it contains a minting error, or because very few high-quality examples have survived over the years. That is exactly what makes the 1986 P. Washington quarter such an interesting coin. At first glance, the design looks familiar. On the front, we see the portrait of George Washington, one of the most recognizable figures in American history. The design is elegant, simple, and timeless. On the reverse, the powerful eagle symbolizes strength, freedom, and national pride. Millions of Americans carried these quarters in their pockets during the 1980s. They were used in vending machines, grocery stores, gas stations, and everyday transactions. Most of them circulated heavily and developed scratches, wear, and damage over time. However, not every coin followed the same journey. Some examples were carefully saved immediately after leaving the mint. These coins escaped circulation and retained their original brilliance. Decades later, collectors began searching for these high-grade survivors because they are much more difficult to find than many people realize. Imagine opening an old coin roll that has been sitting untouched for 40 years. Inside, you discover a bright and shiny 1986 P. Washington quarter with nearly flawless surfaces. For a coin collector, that is an exciting moment. The higher the grade of a coin, the rarer it becomes. While millions of ordinary examples exist, very few survive with exceptional quality. This is why serious collectors pay close attention to condition. Now let's explore another reason this coin attracts attention. Mint errors. Error coins are among the most exciting discoveries in the entire hobby. These unusual pieces were created when something went wrong during the manufacturing process. Instead of being destroyed, some entered circulation and eventually found their way into collections. One of the most famous types of errors is the double die. When a double die occurs, parts of the design appear double because of a mistake during die production. Collectors carefully inspect the lettering, numbers, and design details searching for signs of doubling. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking. As a result, part of the design is missing while a blank area appears on the coin. Depending on how dramatic the error is, collectors may pay significant premiums. Then, there are clipped planchet errors. These unusual coins are missing a portion of their edge because of an error during the blanking process. The missing section creates a distinctive appearance that immediately catches the eye of experienced collectors. Die cracks are also popular among error enthusiasts. As mint dies age, cracks can form. These cracks transfer onto the coins as raised lines. Small cracks may add minor interest, while large dramatic cracks often attract strong collector demand. Another possibility is a struck-through error. This occurs when foreign material becomes trapped between the die and the coin during striking. The result can create unusual patterns, missing details, or strange impressions that make the coin unique. Collectors love these mistakes because no two error coins are exactly alike. Every error tells a story. Every unusual mark represents a moment when something unexpected happened inside the mint. That mystery is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. Many collectors spend countless hours searching through bank rolls, hoping to discover an overlooked treasure. Most searches produce ordinary coins. But every collector knows that the next roll could contain something extraordinary. That possibility keeps the hunt alive. The 1986 P. Washington quarter also reminds us that valuable coins are not always ancient rarities. Sometimes a coin that millions of people used every day can become desirable simply because very few pristine examples remain. Condition matters. Luster matters. Strike quality matters. Eye appeal matters. These factors combine to determine whether a coin is ordinary or exceptional. When examining a 1986 P quarter, collectors look for strong mint luster. They search for clean surfaces free from distracting marks. They check the details of Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Every tiny detail helps determine the coin's overall quality. A beautiful coin often stands out immediately. Even before grading, experienced collectors can sense when they are holding something special. That excitement is difficult to describe. It is the feeling of discovering history in the palm of your hand. It is the thrill of finding something that others overlooked. It is the reason so many people become passionate about coin collecting. The 1986 P. Washington quarter continues to attract attention because it represents opportunity. It reminds collectors that treasures can still be found. It encourages people to search through old collections, coin jars, inherited accumulations, and forgotten drawers. Some of the most valuable discoveries happen when people least expect them. A coin that sat unnoticed for decades can suddenly become the highlight of a collection. That is why experts always recommend checking every coin carefully before spending it. You never know what hidden value might be waiting. Now let's discuss the values that collectors often want to know. Most circulated 1986 P Washington quarter coins are worth face value. Nice uncirculated examples can be worth a few dollars. Premium uncirculated pieces with strong eye appeal can bring tens of dollars. Certified high-grade examples may sell for hundreds of dollars. Exceptional top-quality examples have achieved auction results reaching several $1,000s. Major mint error examples can also sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity, demand, and condition. So the next time you find a 1986 P Washington quarter, do not rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Examine every detail. Search for errors. Check the condition. Because what appears to be an ordinary quarter could turn out to be a remarkable collector coin. Coin 4. Have you ever looked at a quarter in your pocket and wondered if it could be worth far more than 25 cents? What if a simple 1987 D Washington quarter could be hiding a secret that most people completely overlook? Today, we are uncovering the fascinating story behind one of America's most collected modern quarters. A coin that millions of people have handled, spent, and forgotten. Yet certain examples have captured the attention of serious collectors and coin experts across the country. Before you spend another quarter, make sure you watch this video until the very end. Because some details on a 1987 D Washington quarter can make all the difference. Tiny differences. Small minting mistakes. Exceptional preservation. And rare characteristics that separate an ordinary coin from a collector's treasure. The 1987 D Washington quarter was produced at the Denver Mint during a period when hundreds of millions of quarters were being struck for circulation throughout the United States. Most entered daily commerce and experienced years of wear. They passed through cash registers, vending machines, banks, and countless pockets. Because of this, truly outstanding examples became increasingly difficult to find. That is where the story becomes interesting. While most 1987 D quarters remain common, collectors are constantly searching for examples with extraordinary quality. Coins with blazing mint luster, sharp details, clean surfaces, and rare mint errors that can transform an ordinary quarter into a highly desirable collectible. Imagine discovering a coin that spent decades unnoticed, only to be recognized years later as a remarkable example worthy of professional certification. That possibility is one of the reasons coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. Now let's talk about the errors. One of the first things experienced collectors look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly positioned during the minting process. The result can be a dramatic appearance where part of the design is missing. The more dramatic the error, the more attention it often receives from collectors. Another exciting possibility is a double strike. This occurs when a coin receives more than one strike from the dies, creating overlapping design elements. These coins immediately stand out because they look completely different from normal quarters. Collectors also search for die cracks. As minting dies age, stress can cause cracks to develop. These cracks leave raised lines on the finished coin and create unique varieties that many collectors enjoy hunting. Then, there are die chips and cut errors. These unusual minting mistakes occur when pieces of a die break away. The result can be raised lumps of metal appearing in unexpected places on the coin. For dedicated collectors, discovering one of these errors is always exciting. But errors are only part of the story. Condition can be even more important. A heavily worn quarter may be worth only its face value. But a coin that survived for decades with outstanding preservation becomes much more difficult to find. This is why collectors carefully examine every detail. The brightness of the luster, the sharpness of the strike, the number of contact marks, and the overall appeal. Sometimes the difference between a common coin and a valuable coin comes down to a few tiny details visible only under magnification. That is what makes coin collecting so fascinating. Every coin has a story. Every mark tells a history. And every rare discovery begins with a closer look. So if you have a 1987 D Washington quarter, do not rush to spend it. Take a moment to inspect it carefully. You never know what hidden details might be waiting to be discovered. Now let's talk about value. Circulated examples are generally worth face value. Nice uncirculated examples can be worth a few dollars. High-grade certified examples can sell for tens of dollars. Superb gem examples can reach hundreds of dollars. The finest certified examples have achieved auction prices in the thousands of dollars. Imagine finding one of those in an old collection, coin roll, or forgotten coin jar. That possibility keeps collectors searching every single day. Coin 5. Have you ever looked at a simple quarter in your pocket and wondered if it could be worth far more than 25 cents? What if one ordinary-looking coin could become the most exciting discovery in your collection? Today, we are uncovering the fascinating story of the 1996 P. Washington quarter, a coin that many people spend every day without realizing that certain examples can attract serious attention from collectors. So before you spend your next quarter, stay with us until the very end, because the coin sitting in your pocket right now could be hiding a surprising secret. The year was 1996. Across the United States, millions of Americans used Washington quarters for everyday purchases. They passed through cash registers, vending machines, banks, and countless pockets. Most people never gave them a second glance. After all, it was just another quarter. But coin collectors see things differently. Collectors know that behind every coin there is a story. A story of history, production, rarity, and sometimes even mistakes. And when it comes to the 1996 P. Washington quarter, those mistakes can make all the difference. The Philadelphia Mint produced a massive number of quarters during 1996. Because so many were made, most examples are very common. Yet hidden among those millions of coins are special pieces that stand apart from the rest. Some were struck with incredible precision. Some survived decades without wear. And some left the mint with unusual errors that transformed them into collector treasures. That is why thousands of coin hunters continue searching through rolls of quarters hoping to discover one of these remarkable finds. Now take a closer look at the coin itself. On the front, you will see the familiar portrait of George Washington. This design has become one of the most recognized images in American coinage history. The detailed profile, elegant lettering, and classic appearance have made the Washington quarter a favorite among collectors for generations. On the reverse, the powerful eagle design represents strength and tradition. Before the introduction of the state quarter program, this reverse design was a symbol of American coin collecting. For many collectors, the 1996 P quarter represents the end of an important era. But what exactly makes some of these quarters valuable? The answer begins with condition. Condition is one of the most important factors in determining value. A quarter that spent years in circulation may have scratches, worn details, and dull surfaces. Such coins are generally worth only face value. However, a quarter that remained untouched can be a completely different story. Imagine a coin with bright original mint luster, sharp details, strong eye appeal, minimal contact marks. Collectors are willing to pay significant premiums for coins preserved in this condition. Professional grading services carefully evaluate every detail. They examine the strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and overall appearance. Even the smallest difference can affect a coin's grade and value. This is why high-grade examples often command dramatically higher prices than ordinary specimens. But condition is only part of the story. Now let us talk about one of the most exciting areas of coin collecting: mint errors. Coin errors are fascinating because they were never supposed to happen. They are unexpected mistakes created during the minting process, and collectors love them because each one tells a unique story. One of the most popular errors is doubling. A double design can occur during die production, creating extra thickness or separation in letters, numbers, or design elements. Collectors carefully inspect coins under magnification, searching for signs of this rare feature. Another highly sought-after error is the off-center strike. Imagine a quarter being struck while slightly out of position. The result is a coin with part of the design missing and a dramatic appearance that immediately catches the eye. The larger the off-center strike while still showing the date, the greater the collector interest can become. Then, there are clipped planchets. Before a coin is struck, the blank metal disc must be cut from a sheet of metal. Occasionally something goes wrong during this process, leaving part of the blank missing. The finished coin displays a distinctive curved missing section that collectors find fascinating. Die cracks are another favorite among error specialists. Minting dies endure tremendous pressure every day. Over time, small fractures can form. These cracks transfer onto coins as raised lines and unusual patterns. Some die cracks are minor. Others become dramatic enough to create significant collector demand. Collectors also search for filled dies. When grease or debris blocks part of a die, certain design elements may appear weak or missing. These unusual appearances often generate excitement among error collectors. The thrill of searching for these varieties is one reason why coin collecting remains so popular. Every coin is an opportunity. Every roll is a mystery. Every search could reveal a hidden treasure. That excitement keeps collectors coming back again and again. Many experienced collectors recommend examining every quarter carefully under good lighting. Sometimes the difference between an ordinary coin and a valuable coin can be surprisingly small. A stronger strike. A cleaner surface. A rare error. A higher grade. Any one of these factors can make a huge difference. Another interesting aspect of the 1996 P. Washington quarter is that it belongs to a period before the state quarters changed American coin collecting forever. For decades, the classic eagle reverse remained a familiar sight throughout the country. Collectors who appreciate traditional designs often seek high-quality examples from these final years. As a result, premium specimens continue attracting attention in the marketplace. When evaluating a 1996 P quarter, collectors often focus on Washington's hair details, the sharpness of the lettering, the quality of the eagle feathers, and the overall luster. Strong details combined with attractive surfaces create the kind of coin that collectors love to own. Eye appeal is also extremely important. A beautiful coin naturally attracts attention. Even when two coins receive similar grades, the more attractive example often sells for a higher price. That is why experienced collectors spend so much time studying every detail. They know that exceptional quality can make all the difference. And now we come to the value section everyone has been waiting for. Remember that coin values change depending on market conditions, collector demand, rarity, grading, and auction activity. A circulated 1996 P. Washington quarter is generally worth face value. A nice uncirculated example may sell for a few dollars. Higher grade certified examples can sell for tens of dollars, and sometimes hundreds of dollars. Exceptional gem quality examples among the finest certified pieces have reached prices exceeding $1,000. Major mint error examples can range from tens of dollars to several $100s, while rare and dramatic errors may bring even higher premiums when strong collector demand is present. So the next time you receive change, take a closer look. That ordinary quarter may not be ordinary at all. It could be the beginning of an exciting discovery. It could be a hidden collectible. And it could be a coin that tells a remarkable story. Thank you for spending time with us today. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, be sure to like, share, and comment below. Subscribe to HD Coins History for more fascinating coin discoveries, hidden treasures, valuable errors, and incredible stories from the world of numismatics. Thanks with love for watching.